I'm undone, that's all. Lose my bread? I'd rather, but that's nothing. Lose my head. Madness grown to keep our spirits up. We now and then take down a hearty cup. But what shall we do if comedy forsake us? She'll turn us out and no one will take us. But can't I be moral? Let me try. My heart thus pressing, fix my face and eye with a seditious look that nothing means, faces of blocks in sentimental scenes. And thus I begin. All is not gold that glitters. Pleasure seems sweet, but proves a glass of bitters. When ignorance enters, folly is at hand. Learning is better far than house and land. Let not your virtue trip, whose tricks may stumble, and virtue is not virtue if she tumble. I give it up. Morals won't do for me. To make you laugh, I must play tragedy. Oh, wait. Before I forget. If anyone needs to pee, restrooms are down the hall to the left. Mind the agendas and please silence your mobile devices. Also, we will have music during the intermission performed by Mrs. Kellen Duke. Come on!
No matter. Tony Lumpkin has his small fortune, boy much learning to spend 1,500 a year?
Learning, a mere composition of tricks and mischief.
Humor. My dear Mr. Hardcastle, you must allow the boy some humor.
I would sooner allow the boy a horse hog. If burning the footman shoes, frightening the maids, and worrying the kitchen's humor, he has it. It was but yesterday he fastened my wig to the back of my chair, and when I went to make a bow, I poked my bald head in his frizzle's face.
Well, if I'm to blame, oh, you know the boy was always too sickly to be of any good. Who knows in a year or two what Latin may do for him?
Latin for him. No, a cat will fill. The alehouse and the schoolboy and the horse and the stable are the only schools he'll ever need.
Oh, but we mustn't snub the poor boy now. For I'm afraid we shan't have him with us much longer. Anyone who looks into his face can see his consumptive.
If growing too fat be one of the symptoms.
He coughs sometimes.
Yes, when his liquor goes down the wrong way.
I worry for his lungs.
And truly so do I. For sometimes he walks like a speaking trumpet.
Ow!
Oh, there he goes! Whoop! A very consumptive figure, truly.
Hi. Why won't you spend some of your company with us tonight, lovey?
Cannot stay, Mother. I'm in haste.
Oh, well, you can't go out on such a raw night.
I can't stay, I tell you. The three pigeons expect me down every moment. It's some fun going forward.
A low, paltry set of fellows.
Oh, not so low neither. There's Dick Muggins, the exciseman. Jack Slang, the horse doctor. Little Mina Dab, who grinds the music box, and Tom Twist, who spins the future pleasure.
Oh, pray disappointed them for one night at least.
As for disappointing them, I should not so much mind, but I cannot abide to disappoint myself.
Oh, well, you shan't go.
I say, I will, I tell you.
Oh, well, I say you shan't.
We'll see who's strongest, you or I.
Oh, Tony. Oh, Tony, no, please.
Aye, there goes a bandit on his foot, brother. But it's not the whole age and combination to drive sense and discretion out of doors. There's my pretty darling Kate. The fashions of the time most infected her, too. By spending a year or two in town, she's become as fond of gauze and French frippery as the best of them. Blessings on my pretty innocent. Dressed out as usual, I see, my Kate. Goodness, what quantity of superfluous silk has you got about me, girl? I could never teach the fools of this age of the world to be clothed under the trimmings of the vein.
You know our agreement, sir. You allow me in the morning to pay me these visits, just in my own manner, and in the evening I put on my house sweats off to please you.
Yes, well, you know, I insist on the terms of our agreement. And by the by, I believe I shall have actual occasion to test your obedience this very evening.
I protest, sir, I do not comprehend.
Then, to be plain with you, Kate, I expect the young gentleman whom I have chosen to be your husband from town this very day. I have a his letter in which he informs me that his son is set out, and that he himself intends to follow shortly after.
Oh, indeed! I wish I had known of this sooner, however shy he came. 1,000 to 1 I shall like him. It'll be so formal, so like a baby with himself, I never have heard his steam.
Depend upon it, child. I'll never control your choice. But Mr. Marlowe, whom I have pitched upon, is the son of my old friend Sir Charles Marlowe. The young man has been a scholar and is designed for employment in the service to his country. I'm told he's a man of an excellent understanding. Very generous.
I believe I shall like him.
Young and brave.
I know I shall like him.
And very handsome.
Oh, Papa! Say no more, he is mine, I shall have him.
And to crown old Kate, he's one of the most bashful and reserved young fellows in all the country.
That word reserve has frozen me to death again. They say that a reserved lover makes a suspicious husband.
On the contrary, modesty seldom resides in a breast that has not been enriched with noble virtues. It was that very first feature struck me.
He must have more striking features to catch me. But if he's so young, so handsome, and everything else you've mentioned, I believe he'll still do how I shall have him.
Kate, but there is still an obstacle. There is more than an even wager that he may not have you.
Papa, why is you mortify one so? Well, instead of breaking my heart for his indifference, I'll only break my glass for his flattery, and set my cap to some new, less difficult admirer.
Bravely resolved. In the meantime, I shall go prepare the servants for his arrival. As we seldom see company, they want as much training as a company for the first day's muster.
Lou, this news of Papa puts me all aflutter. Young, handsome, these people at last, but I must put them first. Sensible, good-natured, I like all that. But then reserved and sheepish. That is much of them. But can't you be taught to be proud of his wife? And can't he? But I vow I must forgive the husband before I secure the lover. My dear Constance, I'm so glad you've come. Tell me, child, am I in face today? Because there's something whimsical about me.
Perfectly, my dear. Yes. Now look again. Bless me. Surely no accident has happened among the canary birds of the gold business. Has your brother or the captain meddling? Has Blake's novel been so moving?
No, nothing of all of this. I haven't expected.
I can scarcely get out.
I'm certain. This lover.
And his name?
Marlowe.
Indeed.
The son of Sir Charles Marlowe.
As I live. He's the nearest friend of my admirer, Mr. Hastings. They are never sundered. Surely, you must have seen them when we lived together in town?
Never.
He is a very singular character, I assure you. Among women of reputation, he's the modestest man alive. His acquaintance, however, gives him a very different character among creatures of another stamp, you understand me.
Odd character indeed. But I shall never be able to manage him. Oh. Think no more of it. Trust your canvases for success. But tell me, my dear, how goes your own affair? Has my mother been courting you from my brother Tony as usual?
I've just come from one of our more agreeable tete-a-tetes. She's saying 100 tender things and setting off her pretty monster as the very pink of perfection.
And her partiality is such, she actually believes him so. Oh, what like yours is no small division. And seeing as she has the sole management of it, I'm not surprised to see her unwilling to let it go out of the family.
A fortune like mine is no such mighty temptation. However, if my dear Hastings remain but constant, I make to be too hard for her at last. But I let her suppose that I am in love with her son, and she never once suspects my affections lie upon another.
And my good brother holds out stoutly. I can almost love him for hating you so.
He is a good-natured creature at bottom, and I'm sure wishes to see me married to anybody but himself. Oh, but my aunt's bell rings for us to walk around the improvements. Courage is necessary, as our affairs are critical.
If only it were bedtime and all were well.
coming to his own yet. It would do the kind 10 miles round here from go.
He taught so good master slang, I then showed what to keep choice of company.
Oh, he takes after his own mind, he does for that. To be sure, Mr. Lumpkin was the finest man I ever set me eye on. For winding a straight horn, or beating a thicket for air, all wrong way. It was a saying in these parts. He kept the best horses, dogs, and gals in the whole country.
Hey, John, when I'm at bed, y'all be no Boston, I promise you. I've been thinking of a bed balance and the Miller's Great Man for starters. But come, my boys, drink about, be merry, for you'll pay no reckoning. Hey! Well, Stingo, what's the matter?
There were two gentlemen in a post-chaise by the door. They'd walked their way up in the forest when they thought it was something that was the Hardcastle.
Be sure one of them must be the one that's come back and called my sister. They appear to be Londoners.
I believe they may. They look wounded anyway, Frenchmen.
Try them to step this way and I'll set them right in a twinkling. Gentlemen, as they may be good enough company for you, step down a moment and I'll be with you in the squeezing of a lemon.
Aye.
Father-in-law has been calling me wealthy. How do you
And all, Mr. Marlowe, from that unaccountable reserve of yours, that would not let us inquire more frequently on the way.
I own Hastings. I'm unwilling to lay myself under an obligation to everyone I meet. I often stand the chance of an unmannerly answer.
At present, however, we are not likely to receive an answer.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I hear you are searching for one Mr. Hardcastle in these parts. Tell me, do you know what part of the country you are in?
No, sir, but I should thank you for the information.
Know the way you came?
No, sir, but if you could inform
Why,
us...
gentlemen, if you know neither the road you came in on, nor where you are, nor where you are going, the first thing I have to inform you is that you have lost your way.
You want to know ghosts sitting on their steps?
Pray, gentlemen, may I be so bold as to ask from whence you came?
But it's not necessary in directing whether we are to go.
Good question is all thing, you know. Is this not the same Hardcastle, cross-grained, old-fashioned, whimsical fellow with an ugly face, a daughter, and a pretty son?
The gentleman has the family you mentioned, though we've never seen him.
The daughter, a tall, traipsing, talkative maypole. The son, a pretty, well-bred, agreeable youth that everyone is fond of.
Observation differs in this. Daughter is said to be well-bred and beautiful. Son, awkward booby.
Well, gentlemen, all I have to tell you is that you will not reach Mr. Hardcastle this night, I believe.
Unfortunate.
It's a long, dark, foggy, dirty, dangerous way. Stingo, pull the men away to Mr. Hardcastle. Mr. Hardcastle flying by marsh, you understand me?
Master Hardcastle, look at Daisy, my master, you've come a deadly wrong. When you came to the bottom of the hill, you should have crossed down Squash Lane.
Cross down Squash Lane.
Aye, then you would keep straight forward till you came to Four Rivers.
Came to where four roads meet.
Aye, but you must be sure to only take one of them. Then, continuing sideways, you're to go until you reach Cracked Skull Common. There you're to look sharp at the track of the wheel. And then, continue on forward till you come to Farmer Moran's barn. Coming to the farmer's barn, you are turned to the right, and then to the left, and then to the right, down again, until you find your place.
Good man, you could have just stood out at the longer two.
What's to be done, Marlowe?
Health promises but a poor reception.
But perhaps the landlord can accommodate us.
Alas, never comes to that little house.
And to my knowledge, that's been taken up by a Oh, you do you?
I do.
Well, what if you continued on a mile further to the Buck's Head, the old Buck's Head on the hill. It's one of the best inns in the whole country.
Oh, so we haven't escaped an adventure for this night, however.
Surely, Vincent, we follow some inns here. Let them find out. You'd only continue on straight forward until you come to a large house on the roadside. There'll be a pair of large horns over the door. That's the sign. Drive up the yard and call stoutly about you.
Sir, we are obliged to you. The servants can't miss the way.
No, but I tell you the landlord is rich and going to be off on business saving your presence. Would like to be thought a gentleman. And he thought it reminded me of his mother was an alderman and his aunt a justice of the peace.
Troublesome way to be sure, but it keeps as good wine and beds as any in the whole country.
Or if you provide them with these to show no further connection. We have to turn to the right.
No. Straight forward. I'll step a bit the way myself.
Ah, young gentlemen.
Bye now, lovelies.
Move!
Bless her heart. Very sweet, pleasant, dumb, mysterious son of a whore.
As I live and breathe.
Look at this. You ever seen something this nice?
Not my life.
How much do you think it's worth?
More than we can afford, that's for saying.
Who do you think they'd miss it if we took it?
I hope you're all perfect in the table exercise I've been teaching you these past 3 days. You all know your posts and your places and can show that you are used to good company without ever stirring from home.
Aye.
When company comes, roll not to pop out and stare, and then run in again as if you were frightened rabbits in a warren. You, Diggory, who might advance from the farm or to make a show at the side table when we have it in the kitchen, and you, Roger, who might have advanced from the plough or to place yourself behind my chair.
Aye.
Well, get to it, Roger, behind my chair. Behind my chair, Roger. Get up behind the chair, Roger. Back! Now I need you to move your hands to the numbskull. See how Diggory holds his hands? They're a little too stiff, sure. That's no great matter.
I wonder I hold them. I learned to hold my hands as well when I was upon drill for the militia. And being upon drill,
You are too talkative, Diggory. You must be all attention to the guests. You must hear us talk and not think of talking. You must see us drink and not think of drinking. You must see us eat and not think of eating.
Lord, your worship, that's perfectly impossible. Aye. Let Diggory see Steve going forward. He's always wishing for a mouthful himself.
Numbskull! Is not a bellyful in the kitchen as good as a bellyful in the parlor? Stay your stomach with that reflection.
God. Oh, thank your worship. I'll make a shift to stay my stomach with a slice of cow beef in the pantry.
Diggory! You are too talkative. Now suppose I should say a good thing or tell a good story at table. You're all want to burst out a laughing as if you were just made part of the company.
Well, then you must go tell the story about old Grouse in the gun room.
Well, that is a good one. Honest Diggory, you may laugh at that. But remember to pay attention to the guests. we should call for a glass of wine. Here, Roger, pull up my chair. Now then, a glass of wine. A glass of wine, sir, if you please. Why don't you move?
Because, your worship, I never had courage till I seen animals and drinkables brought upon the table, and then I'm as cold as a lion.
What, will none of you move?
I'm not pleased with this place. I'm sure it's no place of mine. No, mine for certain.
What? I'm sure it cannot be mine.
Numbskulls! And so, while like your betters, you acquire these places, the guests must be starved. Oh, you dunces! I find I must begin all over again. Now, run!
Oh, I see it, Mr. Marlowe. Aye, that's all.
But don't I hear a coach driving to the yard? To your posts, you blockheads! In the meantime, I'll go and give my friend's son a hearty reception at the gate. Good.
Why do you love it? My place has gone quite out of my head.
I know that my place is where I work.
Where the devil is mine? It's no place of mine, I know it. I guess that's
Well, welcome, sir. You're very welcome.
Jeremy, must you...
Oh, goodness, don't drop it. Oh. After the disappointments of the day, welcome once more, Charles, to the comforts of a clean room. Oh, and a good fire. Yes, upon my word, very well-looking house. Antique.
Ah, usual fate of a large mansion, George. Having once ruined its past by good housekeeping in it, last comes to levy contribution as it is.
As you say, we passengers are to be past all the fineries. I've often seen a good sideboard or a model chimney piece.
Yes.
Well, not actually put in the pin. In flavor reckoning, confounded me.
It's true, George, we travelers must pay in all places. The only difference is in good inns, we pay dearly for luxuries. Bad inns were fleeced and starved.
In truth, you have often lived very much among them. I've often been surprised that you, who have seen so much of the world with your natural good sense and many opportunities, have never yet required a exquisite show of assurance.
Englishman. Melody, George. But tell me, where could I find this assurance you speak of? My life has been chiefly spent in a college or in an inn, in seclusion from that lovely part of the creation, chiefly in your confidence. I think I was familiarly acquainted with a single modest woman, except my mother, but among females of another class, you know.
Aye, among them you are impudent enough of all conscience.
They are, must do.
But in the company of women of reputation, I've never seen such an idiot, such a trembler. You look for all the world if you wanted an opportunity of stealing out of the room.
Oh,
Why, then that's because I do want to steal out of the room. Fate, I've often resolved to wrap away and pray that, but I don't know why. Single glance, have fine eyes, totally upset my resolution. A new impudent man may counterfeit modesty, but I'll be hanged if a modest man may ever counterfeit impudence.
If you could say but half the fine things I have heard you lavish upon the barmaid of an inn or even a college bedmaker.
Why, I can't say fine things to them. They freeze, they petrify me. Oh, to me, a modest woman
object of the whole creation. At this rate, man, how can you ever expect to marry?
Never, Ruth. Unless among kings and princes, my bride was to be courted by proxy. Or as an Eastern bridegroom, if one were to be introduced to a wife one had never met before, it might be endured. But, oh, fearful the terrors of home culture. Together with the absurd aunts and grandmothers and cousins, at last to blurt out the broad, staring question, Madam, will you marry me? No, no, it's a strain far above me, I assure you.
I pity you. But how do you intend on behaving to the lady you've come down to meet at the request of your father?
Well, as I behaved all the other ladies. Bow very low. Answer yes or no to all her demands. But so for the rest, I don't think I shall venture to look upon her face until I see my father's again.
I'm so surprised that one who is so warm a friend can be so cool a lover.
Oh, but to be explicit, my dear Hastings, my chief inducement down was to be instrumental in forwarding your happiness.
Thank you.
You have my regards. I was not interested in forwarding my happiness. Miss Constance never loves you. Your family don't know you. As my friend, you are sure of a reception. Let honor do the rest.
My dear Marlowe, but I'll suppress the emotion. Were I a wretch meanly seeking to carry off a small fortune, you would be the last person in the world I would ask you for assistance.
Sure, you rally, sir.
But Miss Neville's person is all I ask, and it's mine, both from her deceased father's consent and her own inclination.
Happy man. You have talents and arts to captivate any woman. I do. All the sex, and most of the only part that I despise. Stammer. Thank you. Well, stammer in my dress, this awkward, prepossessing visage of mine, and never permit me to soar above the reaches of a milliner's apprentice or one of the duchesses of Drury Lane. This fellow's here to interrupt us.
Gentlemen. Gentlemen, once more, you are heartily welcome. Which is Mr. Marlowe?
That's me.
Sir, you are heartily welcome. It's not my way, you see, to greet my friends with my back to the fire. I prefer to give them a hearty reception in the old style at my gate. I prefer to see their horses and trunks taken care of.
He's got our names from the servants already, George. We prove your caution and hospitality, sir. I say, George, I've been thinking of changing our traveling dresses in the morning. I've become confoundedly ashamed of mine.
Mr. Marlowe, I beg to use no such ceremony in this house.
I fancy, Charles, you're right. The first blow is half the battle. I intend on opening the campaign with the white and the gold.
Mr. Marlowe, Mr. Hastings, gentlemen, pray be under no constraint in this house. This is the Liberty Hall, gentlemen, you may do just as you please
But,
here.
sir, Mr. Hastings, what if we were to open the campaign too fiercely? We may want ammunition before it is over. I think we should secure the embroidery in order to reserve a retreat.
Talk of retreat, Mr. Marlowe. It puts me in the mind of the Duke of Marlborough when he went to besiege Denane. You see, it all started...
Don't you think he's going to go with plain brown?
He first summoned a garrison which might consist of about 5,000
I
men.
think not. Brown and yellow mixed, but very poorly.
Gentlemen, as I was telling you, he first summoned a garrison which might consist
Goes
of
like that
about
finery,
5,000
though.
men. 5,000 men, well appointed with stores, ammunition, and other implements of war. Now, says the Duke of Marlborough, and George Brooks, who stood beside him, I'm sure you've heard of George Brooks. I'll court my dukedom, says he, but I'll take that gas without spilling a drop of blood, and
What, my good sir, if you were to give us a glass of punch in the meantime, that help us carry on the siege with vigor?
punch, sir.
Yes, sir, punch, sir. A glass of warm punch after our journey will be comfortable. This is Liberty Hall, you know. Liberty Hall?
Diggory.
Do as you please.
Diggory. Diggory! Go on, get in there! Go on! Here's the cup, sirs.
This gentleman in his Liberty Hall will only let us have just what he pleases.
I hope you find it to your mind. I have prepared with my own hands, and I believe you'll find the ingredients are tolerable. Why don't you pledge me, sir? Here, Mr. Marlowe. Here is to our better acquaintance.
Very impudent fellow this, but he's a character. I'll humor him a little. Sir, my service to you.
I see this gentleman wants to give us company and forgets that he's an innkeeper before he's going to be a gentleman.
From the excellence of your cup, my good sir, I take it you have a great deal of business in this part of the country. Warm work now and again at elections, I suppose?
Oh, no, sir. Not since our bent have upon the expedient idea of electing each other. There is no work for us who sell ale.
So you have no turn for politics, I find.
Not in the least. There was a time, indeed, when I fretted myself about the mistakes of government, but finding myself growing more angry and the government growing no better, I left it to mend itself. Now I no longer trouble myself about Hyder Alley or than Alley Crocker more than Alley Corn. Sir, my service is to you.
So then, with eating above the stairs and drinking below, with receiving your friends within and amusing them without, you lead a good, pleasant, bustling life, Pitt.
I do, sir, about a great deal, that's certain. Half the difference of the parish are adjusted in this very parlour.
Well, my old gentleman, I find you have an argument in your cup better than any in Westminster Hall.
Aye, young gentleman, that and a little philosophy.
This is the first time I've ever heard of the innkeeper's philosophy.
So then, like an experienced general, you attack them on every quarter. If you find their reason manageable, you attack it with your philosophy. If you find they're without reason, you attack them with this. Here's to your health, my philosopher.
Yes, thank you. Your man, Mr. Hastings, puts me in the mind of Prince Eugene when he fought the Turks at the Battle of Belgrade. You shall hear this. You see, it started...
What, sir? Instead of the Battle of Belgrade, what do you think we talk about supper? What's your philosophy got in the house for supper?
For supper, sir.
Yes, for supper, sir. Begin to feel an appetite.
Those shall do. Devilish work in the larder tonight, I assure you.
Well, for supper, sir, I can't well tell. My Dorothy and the cook made such things entirely between them. I leave these kinds of things entirely to them.
You do you?
Entirely. By and by, I believe they are in actual consultation upon what's for supper this very moment in the kitchen.
Well, then I beg you'll permit me as one of their privy council. It's a way I've got to see when I travel. I always choose my own supper. Let the cook be cold. As I hope, sir.
No, sir. None in the least. Though I don't rightly know how. Our gracious cook is not very communicative upon these occasions. Should we send for her, she may scold us all out of the house.
But let's see the list of laws, then. I ask it as a favor. I always match my appetite to my bill of fare.
He's quite right. It's my way, too.
Sirs, you have right to command here. Drinks, gentlemen. Did we bring us the bill of fare for tonight's supper? Should be drawn out. Your manner, Mr. Hastings, puts me in the mind of my uncle, Colonel Warren. It was a saying of his that no man was sure of his supper until he had eaten it.
All upon the high rope, his uncle the colonel. Still we show of his mother being a justice of the peace. But let's hear it then. Mr. Mark.
Thank you, good sir. What's the other? For the first course? For the second course? For the dessert? The devil, man! You think we brought down the whole corporation of Bedford or the Joiners Company to eat up such a supper? 2 or 3 things clean and comfortable will do. We're starved. But let's hear it then. For the first course, at the top, a pig and prune sauce.
Damn your pig, I say.
And damn your fruit sauce, say I.
And yet, gentlemen, travelers that are hungry, pig with prune sauce is very good eating.
At the bottom, a calf's tongue and brain.
Oh, let your brains be knocked out, sir. I don't like it.
Or let them be clapped on a plate by themselves, I do.
Their impudence confounds me. Gentlemen, you are my guests. Make what alterations you please. Is there anything else you wish to retrench or alter, gentlemen?
Well, a pork pie. A boiled rabbit and sausages. A Florentine, then. A shaking pudding. Well, a dish of tip-tap-tappity cream.
Confound your main dishes. I will be at a loss in this house as a green and yellow dinner at the French ambassador's table. I'm for plain eating.
I'm sorry, gentlemen, that we have nothing you like, but if there be anything you have a particular fancy...
Sir, your bill of fare is so exquisite that one part of it is supposed goes another. Send us what you please. So much for supper, so much. Now, to see that our beds are properly aired and taken care of.
Sir, I insist that you shall leave that to me. You shall not stir a step.
Leave that to you. I must protest, sir. I always do these things myself.
And I must insist, sir, you shall lay yourself easy on that head.
You see, I'm resolved on it. Very troublesome fellow this is. I've met him.
Well, I'm resolved at least to attend you then. This may be modern modesty, but I've never seen anything look so much like old-fashioned impudence.
Will you lead the way, sir? So I find this fellow's civilities begin to grow troublesome. But who can be angry at those assiduities which are meant to please him? But what is this I see? This is never my old happening.
My dear Hastings, to what unexpected good fortune, to what happy accident am I to ascribe this meeting?
Rather let me ask the same questions. I couldn't have imagined to meet my dearest Constance at an inn.
An inn? My aunt, my guardian lives here. What can induce you to think this house an inn?
Oh, my friend, Mr. Marlowe and I, with whom I came down, were directed here as to an inn. I assure you. A young gentleman with whom we accidentally met at a house hard by directed us hither.
Surely it must be one of my hopeful cousin Tricks, of whom you've heard me speak so often.
He whom your aunt intends for you, he who I have just such apprehensions.
You have nothing to fear from him, I assure you. You'd adore him if you knew how heartily he despises me. My aunt knows it too, and has begun to court me for him. And actually begins to think she made a conquest.
Thou dear dissembler, you must know, my dearest Constance, I have just seized this happy opportunity of my friend's visit to get admittance into the family. The horses that carried us down are fatigued with their journey, but they'll soon be refreshed. And if my dearest girl would trust in her faithful Hastings, we shall soon be landed in France, where even among slaves the laws of marriage are respected.
I have often told you, though ready to obey you, I yet should leave my small fortune behind. The greatest part of it was left me by my uncle, the India director, and chiefly consisted in jewels. I had some time persuading my aunt to let me wear them. Oh, I fancy I'm very near succeeding. The instant they are put into my possession, you shall find me ready to make them, and myself, of course, yours.
Perish the baubles! Your person is all I desire. Oof, in the meantime, my friend Marlon must not be let into his mistake. I know the strange reserve of his temper is such that, properly informed of it, he would instantly quit the house before our plan was ripe for execution.
But how shall we keep them in deception? Miss Hardcastle has just returned from her walk. What if we suddenly need to deceive her?
The assiduities of these good people teach beyond bearing, so that they think it ill manners to leave me alone. Can you believe it? So my host claps only not only himself, but his old-fashioned wife on my back. And then they talk of coming to sup with us too, and I suppose we're to run the gauntlet with the rest of the family. Ha! George, what have we got here?
My dear Marlowe, let me congratulate you, the most fortunate asset. Who do you think is just alike?
Cannot guess.
Our mistresses, boy. Miss Hardcastle and Miss Neville. Give me leave to introduce to you Miss Constance Neville, to your acquaintance, happening to dine in the neighborhood. They called on their return to take fresh horses here. Miss Hardcastle has just stepped into the next room and will be back in an instant. Was it lucky, eh?
You've been mortified enough of all conscience, and here's something to complete my embarrassment.
Wasn't it the most fortunate accident in the world?
Yes! Most joyful encounter. But our clothes, George, they are in disorder. Perhaps we should postpone the happiness until tomorrow. Tomorrow, rather at her own house, will be rather more respectable and convenient. Tomorrow, let it be then.
By no means, sir. Your ceremony will displease her. The disorder of your dress will show the order of your affection for her. Besides, she knows you're in the house and will permit you to see her.
Oh, the devil, how shall I support it? Hastings, you must not go. You are to assist me, you know. I shall be confounded ridiculous. Oh, gagged! I'll take courage.
Pshaw, man, it's but the first plunge in all's over. She's but a woman, you know.
And of all women, she that I dread most to encounter counter.
Miss Hardcastle! One moment, ladies. Mr. Marlowe, you want out front? Mr. Hastings, don't keep the ladies waiting! Mr. Marlowe, I am proud of bringing two persons of such merit together that only want to know to esteem each other. Pearl.
Now for being my modest gentleman, your face is quite the same manner. I am glad of your safe arrival, sir. I'm told you had some accidents along the way.
Yes, madam, a few accidents. Oh, a good many accidents. Should be sorry, madam. Or rather glad. Many accidents that are so gravely concluded.
Help! You never spoke better in your whole life. Keep it up, and I'll show you the victory.
I'm afraid you flatter, sir. You who must have had so much of a fineness company could find little entertainment in this obscure corner of the country.
Pardon me, madam. I was always willing to be amused. I find most people's folly is an object of mirth rather than uneasiness.
With that, I'm told, is the way to enjoy it at last.
Cicero, you spoke so well. Keep it up. You're confirmed in assurance forever.
And a fellow like you, I fear, must have been disagreeably inclined. You must have much more to censor than to approve.
Pardon me, madam. I find that it was always easier to observe than to reduce, and
Bravo, never spoke so well in your whole life. Well, Miss Hardcastle, I'm sure that you and Mr. Marlowe are going to be very good company. I believe our presence will but embarrass the interview.
not in the least, Mr. Hastings. We'd like your company of all things. Don't you can't leave soon. You won't leave us.
Our presence will but spoil conversation, so we'll retire to the next room. You don't consider, man, that we are to manage a little tete-a-tete of our own.
I must test. George, a word with you. George? George, a word with you. Just
Marlowe, shut up and talk to the lady.
Surely you have not been totally inobservant? The ladies, I should have employed some part of your
Pardon me, madam, I have studied as yet only to observe.
and something out of the very worst way to obtain them.
Perhaps so, madam, I like to converse with only the more grave and sentimental part of the sex. I enjoy having it.
Not in the least, sir. There's nothing I like so much as grave conversation myself. I've been here forever. I have often been surprised how a man of system can ever rise to light every pleasure that never reached the heart.
No, it is the disease of the mind, madam. In a variety of tastes, there must be some who, wanting relish,
I understand you perfectly, sir. There must be some who, wanting relish for refined pleasures, pretend to despise what they are incapable of tasting.
My meaning, madam, is infinitely better expressed. And I can't help observing that
Who could ever suppose a fellow impudent upon some occasions?
You
You observing, sir?
I was observing, madam. I protest, I forget what I was going to observe.
I vow, and so do I. You observing that in this age of hypocrisy, something about hypocrisy, sir?
Yes, in this age of hypocrisy, there must be few who, upon strict inquiry,
Oh, I understand you perfectly.
Egad, that's more than I do myself.
You mean that in this hypocritical age, there are few who do not condemn in public what they practice in private, and think they pay every debt to virtue when they praise it.
True, madam. Those who have those virtue in their mouths have the least of it in their bosoms. But enjoy it, I,
Not
madam.
in the least, sir. There's something so agreeable and spirited in your reply. Such light, such voice. Pray, sir, go on.
Yes, madam. There must be some occasions when a total want of courage drives us to...
Oh, I understand you perfectly. There are some occasions when total lack of courage assumes the form of ignorance and betrays us when we most wish to excel.
Yes, madam. hear Miss Neville beckoning us in the next room. I would not intrude if it was.
Well, the least, sir, I've never been so agreeably irritated in all my life. Pray, go on.
Yes, madam. Oh, but she beckons us to join her. Shall I do myself the honor to attend you?
I'll follow.
This pretty smooth dialogue has done for me.
Was there ever such a sour, sentimental interview? Oh, he scarce looked at my face the whole time. Oh. But he is pretty well, too. He has good sense, but so buried in his views, it teaches him more than ignorance. I could teach him a little confidence. I'd become somebody I know is service. But then who is that somebody? That is the question I can scarce answer.
What do you follow me for, Cousin Tom? So what are you not so ashamed to be so very engaging?
One hopes, dear cousin, that one may speak of one's own relations and not be blamed.
All right, but I know the sort of relation you want to make me. It won't do, I tell you. It won't do, so I beg you to keep your distance. You are no near relationship.
Oh, Mr. Hastings, I found you're very entertaining. There's nothing I love to talk about so much as London. All the fashions. Though I've never been there myself.
Never there? You amaze me. From your air and manner, I conclude you have been bred all your life either at St. James, Redelais, or the Tower Wharf.
You're only pleased to say so. We country persons can have no manner at all. I'm in love with the town, and that serves to raise me above our more neighboring rustics. Oh, but who can have a manner at all that has never seen the Pantheon, the Grotto Gardens, the Boroughs, or other such places where the nobility chiefly resort? Thank you.
Of course.
No, I am forced to enjoy London second-hand. I take care to know every tete-a-tete in the scandalous magazine, and have all the fashions as they come out in a letter from the two Miss Wickets of Crooked Lane. Pray, how do you like my head this evening?
Oh, extremely elegant and dégagé. Upon my word, madam, you're for sure a Frenchman, I suppose.
Oh, I protest. I fashioned it myself this last year out of a lady's memorandum book.
Indeed. Such a head at the sidewalks at the playhouse would draw as many gazers as my Lady Mayoress at the City Hall.
Oh, I vow, since inoculation began, there's no such thing as a plain woman. One must dress a little peculiar or get lost in the crowd.
But that can never be your case, madam, in any dress.
Yet what signifies my dress when I have such a piece of antiquity by my side as Mr. Hardcastle? I've often wanted him to throw off that great flaxen wig of his, and where he was bald, paste it over like Lord Paisley.
You're right, madam. So among the ladies there are none ugly. So among the men there are none old.
Do you know what his response was?
What?
In all his Gothic vivacity, he says I only wanted his hair to make a tell of my own.
Oh, intolerable. At your age you may wear what you please, and it must become you.
Pray, Mr. Hastings, what do you take to be the fashionable age around town?
Some time ago, 40 was all the mode. But I've been told by the ladies they tend to bring up 50 for the ensuing winter.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Then I shall be too young for the fashion.
Oh, no lady gets to put on jewels till she's past perhaps 40. For instance, Miss there, in a polite circle, would be considered as a child, as a mere maker of samples.
And yet Miss Niece there thinks her as much a woman as the rest of us, and is as fond of jewels as the oldest of us all.
Oh, your niece, is she? And this young gentleman over here, a brother of yours, I presume.
Oh, my sons, sir. They are contracted to one another. Oh, see how they play their little sports.
Oh, young love.
They fall in and out 10 times a day as if they were man and wife already. Come, Tony, what soft things have you been whispering to your cousin Con this evening?
I've been saying no soft things, but that it's very hard to be followed about so. He called I'm not a place of lunch myself, but the stable.
Oh, never mind him, Con. He's in another story behind your back.
There's something generous in my cousin Sam. He pulls out poor faces to be forgiven in private.
But that's a tough county crack.
He's a sly one. Oh, see how they are alike about in the mouth, Mr. Hastings. The Blankenship mouth to a T. Oh, they're of the size, too. Come, my pretty, so that Mr. Hastings may see you. Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Oh. Come, Tony. Oh, yeah.
You had as good as lots of making.
Oh, Molly, oh, Tony. Oh, you are mad to the head,
If
son.
I am man, then let me have my boy. He gone, I'm not made a fool of no longer.
Oh, is this what I am to get for all the pains that I have taken in your education? Oh, I have rocked you in your cradle and fed that pretty mouth with a spoon. Did I not cinch your waistcoat to make you genteel? Did I not prescribe for you every day and week while it was working?
He told you recently. You've been dosing me ever since I was born. I've gone through the complete housewife 10 times over. You thought, of course, we'd do Quincy that spring. But he thought I'd tell you I'm not going to be a fool of no longer.
Oh, wasn't it all for your own good, Piper? Wasn't it all for your own good?
I wish you had given me my good enough then. Shove it this way and that one having spirits. And the bees will then come of its own, not keep digging it. Digging on what I sow.
Oh, it's false. I never see you when you're in good spirits. No, it's always off the alehouse or the kennel. Oh, I'm never to be delighted with your wild note, you unfeeling monster.
He told me you're not the wildest of the two.
Oh, he wants to break my heart. See, he does.
Permit me to lecture the young gentleman a little. I'm sure I can persuade him to his duty.
Oh, you see the wretchedness of my situation, Mr. Hastings. Oh, whatever a poor woman so beset with such a dear, sweet, beautiful, provoking little monster. Oh, but I must retire. Oh, come, Constance. Oh, he's so awful.
Don't mind her. Let her cry. Seen her and her sister cry over a book for an hour together. They said they liked the book the better the more it made them cry.
So you're no friend to the ladies, I find, my pretty young gentleman.
That's not find them.
Not to one of your mother's choosing, I dare answer. And to me, she seems like a pretty well-tempered girl.
That's because you don't know her as well as I do. You thought I knew every inch about it. There's none more bitter, cantankerous tongue in all of Christendom.
Pretty encouragement, this poor lover.
I've seen her since the height of that. She is as many tricks in her head as a cold first aid breaking.
To me, she appears sensible and silent.
Aye, before company. But when she's with the playmate, she's as loud as a hog in a gate.
But there is a meek modesty about her that charms me.
Yes, because it ever so little. She kicks up and you're flung in a ditch.
Well, you must allow her a little beauty. Yes, you must allow her some beauty.
Backbox! She's all made up thing. Ah, but just keep that balance of these spots. She's got two eyes, black as those, two cheeks as broad and red as pulpit cushion. She'd make two of she.
Well, what say you to a friend that would take this bitter bargain off your hands?
Anon.
Would you thank him that would let him take Miss Neville and leave you to your happiness and your dear Betsy?
Aye, but where's such a friend, though? Who would take her?
I'm he. If you but assist me, I'll engage to whip her off to France, and you shall never hear more of her.
Assist you? He told I rose to the last drop of my blood. I'll get you a pair of horses, 20
out of spirit.
Go along then. You shall see more of my spirit before you've done with me.
We are the boys that fears no noise when the thundering cannons roar.
He appears the most impudent piece of brass that ever spoke with a tongue. He's taken possession of the easy chair by the fireside already. He's taken off his boots in the parlor and wants me to see them taken care of. I'm desirous to know how his impudence affects my daughter. She will surely be shocked at it all. Very well, my Kate. And I see you've changed your dress as I bade you, although I feel there was no great occasion.
I take such pleasure, sir, in obeying that I do so without ever degrading their propriety.
And yet sometimes I do give you cause, such as when I recommended my modest young gentleman as your lover here today.
You taught me to expect something extraordinary, and I thought the original exceeds description.
I was never so surprised in all my life. He's quite confounded all my
And a
faculties.
man of the world, too.
Aye, he learned it all abroad. What a fool was I to think that a young man could learn modesty by traveling. Me as soon as I'm wit to the masquerade.
Seemed all natural to him.
Aye, a great deal assisted by bad company and a French dancing master.
Sure, you mistake, Papa. A French dancing master could have never found that timid look, that bashful manner.
Whose look? Whose manner, child?
Mr. Marvelous, his timidity struck me at first sight.
And your first sight deceived you, for I think him one of those brazen first sights that ever astonished my senses.
Sure, sir, you rally.
And can you be serious? I've never seen such a bouncing, swaggering puppy since the day I was born. Bully Dawson was but a fool to him.
He met me with a stammering voice, a faltering look, and looks to the ground.
He met me with a loud voice, a lordly air, and a familiarity that made my blood freeze again.
He treated me with difference and respect, sense of the manners of the age, admired the prudence of girls who never laughed, and then left the room with a "Madam, I will not for the bell detain you."
He talked to me as if he had known me all his life, asked me 20 questions and never waited for an answer, interrupted my best remarks with some silly pun, and when I was in my best stories of the Duke of Marlborough and Prince Eugene, he asked me if I were not a maker of punch. Yes, he asked your father if you were not a maker of punch.
Surely one of us must be mistaken.
If he be what he showed himself, I am sure he shall never have my consent.
And if he be the soulless thing God created for, he shall never have mine.
Then in one thing then we are agreed, to reject him.
Yes, but upon condition. For if you should find him less intimate, I am more presuming. If you should find him more respectable, then I am more important. He is well enough for a man, and certainly we don't meet many horse faces in the country.
If we should find him so, but we will not. The first sight has done its business. I am seldom deceived in that.
And yet there may be many good things under that first appearance.
Aye. When a young lady finds a fellow's outside to a taste, she sets about guessing the rest of the furniture. To her, a smooth face stands for good sense, and a genteel figure for every virtue.
I hope, sir, a conversation becomes a compliment to my consent, and a sneer in my understanding.
Pardon me, Kate, but if young Mr. Brazen can set about learning the art of reconciling contradictions, then he may please us both, perhaps.
And as one of us must be mistaken, what if you go to make further discoveries?
Agreed, but depend on I'm in the right.
And depend on, I'm not much in the wrong.
God, here they are. My cousin George next is Bob tomorrow. She can't get the poor souls under their point neither. No, my genius, is that you? My dear friend.
How have you managed with your mother? I hope you have amused her with pretending love to your cousin, and that you are going to be reconciled at last. The horses that carried us down will soon be refreshed and ready to set off.
And if something big charges along the way, your sweetheart's jewels, keep them, I say, and hang those and rob you of one of them.
But how did you get them from your mother?
Ask me no questions, and I'll tell you no fibs. If I had not a key to every drawer in Mother's bureau, how would I be able to go to the alehouse as often as I do? An honest man may rob himself of his own at any time.
Thousands do it every day. But to be plain with you,
may be lost, missing for all I know.
This does not to be right. I'll not believe it. This is just a shadow pretense to deny me. I know they are too valuable to be so slightly kept. If you want to answer for the loss,
Calm yourself. Oh, if they be lost, I must restore an equivalent. Oh, but my son knows they are lost and not to be found.
That I can bear witness to. They are lost and not to be found. I take care of them.
You must learn resignation, my dear. Though we lose our jewels, we must not lose our patience. See me, see how calm I am.
aye, people are generally calm with the misfortune of others.
Now I wonder why a girl such as you would waste a thought on such trumpery. Your jewels will be found, and in the meantime, you can make use of my garnet. Oh, the most beautiful thing to set off a clear complexion. You've often seen how good they look upon me. Oh, you shall have them.
Don't be a fool. The jewels are on already. I've stolen them out of the bureau. She does not know it yet. Why do you swap? I'll take you over now. That is, she's missed them already. So she spits about like a capital wheel. What's the matter, Mama? What's the matter? I don't know if he's having any of the good family.
My bureau has been broken open too, and the jewels are gone.
Oh, is that all? By the Lord, I never thought I could do that in my whole life. I thought you was ruined in earnest.
Oh boy, I am ruined in earnest. The jewels are gone.
Oh, stick to that. Stick to that. Call me to bear witness, you know. I'll bear you witness.
Oh, but Tony, won't you hear me? The jewels are gone, my bureau is broken, and we are undone.
I know the jewels are gone. I just say so.
Can you say that you're no better than a fool? Oh! Can anyone tell the difference between a jest and earnest? Oh boy, I tell you, I'm not joking.
Stick to that. Stick to that. You must be in bitter passion. That way you won't suspect either of us.
Oh, was ever a poor woman so beset with fools on one hand and thieves on the other? Oh, and so constant. Oh, whatever will we do? We are ruined. And you laugh? Do you laugh at me, you unfeeling monster, as if my distress amuses you?
I can bear witness to that.
I'll bear witness yet again, and I'll turn you out of the room presently.
I can bear witness to that.
Oh, vex me, will you? Well, I'll show you.
I can bear witness to that.
Ow!
Then I'll keep it up. What do you think, darling? Do you think I look something like the barmaid? Indeed, madam, it is the dress that every lady wears in the country when she's visiting or receiving company. And you're sure you did not see my face? Certain of it. Good, but though we talked for some time, the spirits aside, she never once looked up. But are you sure you can keep of it as a mistake? Of course. I think I've got a true bar cat. I turned behind there, punching the back above the angels, till I'm been outraged this half hour. Oh, but you see now. Oh.
Oh, the bawling in every part of the house. I go to the best room, there I find my host in his story. If I try to garret it, there I find my hostess with the curtsy down to the ground, and scarce one's proposed, but seems I have got to learn to keep myself. Now for reflection.
Did you want to call?
As for Miss Hardcastle, I think she's too grave and sentimental for me.
Did your honor come?
No, I tell you. Besides, from the glance I had of her, I think she squints.
I'm sure, sir, I had the bell ring.
No, I tell you.
Did the other gentleman call, sir?
No! But I have, however, pleased my father by coming down, and tomorrow shall please myself by returning.
I'm sure I had the bell ring, sir.
No, I tell you. You. Yes! I think I did call. I wanted, I vow, child, you are the boss.
Oh, so you'll make quite a change, sir.
Never saw a more sprightly and delicious eye. Yes, I think I did call. I wanted, do you have any of your, what do you call it in the house?
No, sir, we've been out there since last Sunday.
I find calling in this house very little purpose. Suppose I should call for trial by way of a taste of the nectar of your lips. Suppose I should be disappointed in that too.
Nectar. That's the wine I have not heard of. French, I suppose. We sell no French wines here, sir.
True English brogue, I assure you.
Then it's odd I should not know it. We brew all sorts of wine here, and I've been here for 18 years.
18 years? Oh, why, child, one would think you kept the bar before you were born. How old are you?
They say women and music should never be dated.
Let's see. Yes. At this distance, you don't look much above 40.
Oh!
Yet by coming closer, I don't think so much. By coming close to some women, they look younger still, but when we come very close indeed.
Oh, sir. One would think you wanted to know how you should save your horses by half a mile.
I must protest, child. You use me extremely ill. Go to be kept at this distance. How is it possible you and I can ever be acquainted?
Oh, and he wants to be acquainted with you. I want no such acquaintance or odd. I bet you do not treat Miss Hardcastle, who was here just a while ago in such an unscrupulous manner. I bet before her you will dash to the ground so you score just the penny.
Yeah, she's hit it sure enough. In awe of Miss Hardcastle. No. A mere awkward squinting thing. I find you don't know me. No, I laughed and I rallied for a little. But, trust me, I could not be too severe, child. Could not be too severe.
And your favorite among the ladies.
Yes, great favorite. Hang me, I can't find that they see me to follow. The, ladies' club in town, I know that they're agreeable. Flat. Flat is not my real name, that's what I'm known by, thanks. My name is Mr. Solomons. Solomons, that's your service.
Oh, sir, you're introducing me to your club and not yourself. And you're a great favorite there, you say.
Yes, my child. There's Mrs. Mantrap. You come so slow,
Mrs. Reinhardt.
and your humble servant to keep up the spirit.
That's a very merry place, I say.
As merry as wine, supper, cards, and old ladies can make us.
And their agreeable rattle.
Again, I don't quite like this chit. She's knowing methinks. You laugh, child.
I can't help but laugh to think what time they have reminding their work in their families.
All's well, she don't laugh at me. Do you ever work, child?
Hi, there's not a screen or a book in the whole house. I can't have witness to that.
Really? Oh, so, well then, Rob Haddon's a little. If you want to judge of your work, you must apply to me.
Aye, but it does not look well by candlelight. You shall see all in the morning.
And why not now, my angel? Such beauty fires beyond the power of resistance. The landlord's here. Oh, my old luck. Never throw a widow without throwing three losers afterward. I'm off.
So, madam, I find that this is your humble admirer. This is your modest lover who kept his eyes fixed on the ground and only admired you from a humble distance. Kate, are you not ashamed to deceive your father so?
Never trust me, Papa, but he's still the modest man I first took him for.
I believe the boy's impudence is infectious. Did I not see him seize your hand? Didn't I see him hold you about like a milkmaid?
Yes,
And yet you talk of his modesty and his respect? Forsooth!
Please, Papa, if I can surely convince you, he has only the fault that will pass off the tithe and the virtues that will grow with age.
The girl would actually drive one mad. I am not to be convinced. I
Where have you had your information?
You may depend upon it. I've just read his letter to the hard travel informing him that he intends on setting off a few hours after the sun.
Then, my dearest Corpus, all must be completed before he arrives. He knows me, and should he find me here, might discover my name and perhaps my designs to the rest of the family.
The jewels, I hope, are safe.
Yes, yes. Marlowe keeps them with the keys of our baggage. In the meantime, I'll go present matters at the bar elopement. I've had an honest squire to promise of a fresh pair of horses, and should not hear from him again, we'll write for further directions.
Well, success attend you. In the meantime, I shall go use my arms with the old pretense of a violent passion for my cousin.
Strange, don't you think, Jeremy? Lord Hastings could mean. It's so valuable to keep for him as a casket, but he knows the only place I have is the seat of a postcode in an indoor. Ah! Jeremy, come here. Have you deposited the casket with the landlady as I ordered you? You put it into her own hands?
Yes, Your Honor.
She said she'd keep it safe.
She said she'd keep it safe enough. When she asked me how I came by, she said she had a great mind to make me give an account of myself.
Well, all right then. Dismiss, Jeremy. They are safe now, however. So an unaccountable set of beings we've got amongst here.
Oh, this pretty Armadillo runs in my head most strangely. Drives out all the absurdities of the rest of the family.
She's mine. She must be mine, for I'm greatly safe.
Ah, bless me, I quite forgot to tell her I intended to prepare the bottom of the garden. Mother here, and in spirits too.
Give me joy, George. Crown me, shower me with laurels. Oh, but we modest fellows don't want for success among the ladies.
Some ladies, you mean? But what has your honor's modesty been crowned with that it grows so insolent upon us?
But didn't you see? The tempting, lovely, brisk little thing that runs about a bunch of keys to a girdle?
Well, and what then?
Oh, she's mine, you rogue, you. Oh, such fire, such motion, such eyes, such lips. Oh, but yes, not let me kiss them, though.
But are you so sure, so very sure of her?
Why, man, she talked of showing me her work above stairs, and I'm to improve the pattern.
But how can you, Charles, go about to rob a woman of her honor?
Oh, pshaw, pshaw, come now. We all know the honor of a barmaid in an inn. Don't you think the robber, take my word for it. There's nothing in this house I shan't honestly pay for.
Oh, I believe the girl has virtue.
And if she do, I should be the last man in the world to attempt to corrupt it.
You are taking care, I hope, of the casket I sent you locked up.
It's safe. Yes, yes, it's safe enough. But, George, how could you think the seat of a postcoach at an indoor a place of safety? Numbskull, I've taken better precaution for you than you did for yourself. I have.
What?
I have sent it to the landlady to keep for you.
To the landlady?
To the landlady.
You did?
I did. She's very forthcoming, you know.
Yes. She'll bring it forth with the witness.
Yes, you see, wasn't I right? I believe you'll allow that I acted prudently upon this occasion.
You mustn't see my uneasiness.
Look a little disconcerted, though, methinks. Sure nothing's happened.
No, never was in better spirits in all my life. You said to the landlady, who no doubt very readily undertook the charge.
Rather too readily, for great precaution. She was not only keeping the casket, but she was going to keep the messenger, too.
Though safe, however.
As a king in a miser's purse.
So now all hopes of fortune are at an end, and we must set off without it. Well, Mr. Marlowe, I will leave you to your meditations on the pretty barmaid. May you be as successful for yourself as you have been for me.
Thank you, George. I ask no more.
I no longer know my own house. It's turned all topsy-turvy. His servants have gotten drunk already. I will bear it no longer. And yet, from my respect for his father, I will be called. Mr. Marlowe, your servant, I am your very humble servant.
Your humble servant, sir. Must be a wonder now.
I believe, sir, you must be sensible, sir, that no man ought to feel more welcome than your father's son. Sir, I
myself. They were to make up for my deficiencies below.
And they had your orders for what they do. I'm satisfied.
Yes, you shall hear from one of them themselves. Jeremy! Jeremy! Yes, there you are. Come forward, sir. Yep, stand up straight, man. Yes. Come. No, I'm not on the ground. What? No, I suppose that'll do. Now, come forward. Now, what were my orders? Were you not told to drink as you saw fit and call what you thought good for the good of the house?
Yes, Your Honor. Liberty and victory forever! Don't but the servants, I'm as good as another man. May I drink before I drink with or supper without a supper, sir.
See, my good fellow? He's as drunk as he can possibly be. I don't know what you'd have more unless you had poured other sows in a beer barrel.
Soon sometimes be distracted. If I contain myself any longer, tomorrow, sir, I have submitted myself to your insolence for the past 3 hours, and as it seems not coming to an end, I am resolved to be master here, and I desire that you and your drunken pack may leave my house directly.
Leave your house? Sorry, gentlemen, I'm doing what I can to please you.
I tell you, sir, you don't please me, and I desire that you leave my house.
At this time of night, on such a night, you only meant to banter me.
I tell you, sir, I am serious, and now that my passion's aroused, I desire that you leave my house.
A puddle in a storm! I touched for a step, I assure you. This your house now? This house is mine. Mine? Well, I choose to stay. What right have you bid me from this place? Never met with such impudence, curse me, never in my whole life before.
No, I can found me whenever I have to come into my house, to call for what he likes, to order his servants to be drunk, to insult my family, and then to tell me, this house is mine, sir. By all that's impudent, it makes me laugh. Tell me, sir, as you take the house, what think you of taking the rest of the furniture? We have quite a selection here, sir. Perhaps you may take a liking to this silver tea kettle. Perhaps you may take a liking to that.
Bring me my bill, sir, and let's get no more words on it.
Or maybe these brazen candlesticks and these food candles for your own apartment.
Bring me my bill, and we'll leave you in your infernal house directly, sir.
I don't find it often. My favorite quilt. You don't think I need that?
My bill, I say, sir.
And the great Miranda in particular slumbers. Get out of the house!
Bring me my bill, and nothing no more.
Come, man. From your father's letter to me, I was to expect a well-bred, Polish young gentleman as it was here today. But now I find him no more but a coxcomb and a bully. But your father shall be down presently, and to hear more of it.
How's this? Surely I'm not mistaken the house, what? Looks like an inn. Servants' cry coming. Attendance is awkward. The barmaid too to attend us. Can't think of anything else. Oh, but she's here. Further inform me. When is your last one? A word.
Let's be quick then, I'm in a hurry. I believe he begins to discover his mistake, but is much too soon to disillusion him.
Then pray answer me one question, John. What are you, and what may your business in this house be?
A relation of family, sir.
But a poor relation?
Yes, sir. For relation, keep the keys and give the guests whatever than I power to give them.
That is, you act as the barmaid of this inn.
One of the best values keep in the country, an inn. Mr. Hardcastle's place, an inn.
Mr. Hardcastle's house? This is Mr. Hardcastle's house?
Aye, whose else should it be?
Damn me! Oh, so then, all's out. I've been damnably imposed upon. Oh, confound my stupid head! You laughed at.
wandering puppy he must take me for. Dude, I'll be right by myself. There again, I'd be hanged for Mr. Pugh for the barmaid.
Well, surely there's nothing I might have taken walking into one of that stuff.
Oh, no. I was in for a list of blunders and couldn't help but make you a subscriber. It was my stupidity that saw everything the wrong way. But it's over. This house I no more show my
Oh, Teresa, I should be sorry if I've done anything to hurt someone who's been so civil and polite to me. I should be sorry if he left the boundaries on my account. I should be sorry if he thought we're nothing but my character to recommend me.
She this is the first mark of tenderness I've ever had from her. Marching and touching. Excuse me, my lovely girl. You are the only part of the family that I lead with reluctance. But to be plain with you, the difference of our birth, fortune, and education make an honorable connection impossible. And I could never stoop to seduce simplicity that trusted in my honor, or to bring ruin upon one whose only fault was being too lovely.
Generous man, I begin to admire him. Will my family be as good as Miss Hardcastle? And I am poor, but so great misfortune to a contented mind. And until this moment, I didn't think it wrong to want for fortune.
And why now, my pretty simplicity?
And the one thing I did is when if I had £1,000, I'd give it all to you.
This simplicity bewitches me, so that if I stay, I am undone. I must make one bold effort and leave her. Your partiality in my favor, my friend, touches me most sensibly. And if were I to live for myself alone, I could easily fix my choice, but I owe too much to the opinion of the world, the authority of a father, that I can scarce speak it. It affects me. Farewell.
I never knew how to marry till now. He shall not go! Not if I have the power or to detain him. I still deserve the character which I stoop to conquer. Who will undeceive my papa? Who will laugh him out this resolution?
She's got the jewels again, that's a sure thing, but she thinks it was all a mistake of the servants.
Surely you won't forsake us in your time of distress. If she in the least suspects that I'm going off, she shall lock me up, or setting off from our pedigree, which is 10 times worse.
To be sure, lots of all kinds of bad things. What can I do? I've gotten you hair full stuff fly like a whistle jacket. You can't say that I courted you nicely before face. Here she comes from this courting of two more vicious and respectless.
Well, I was greatly fluttered, to be sure, but my son tells me all was a mistake of the servants. I shan't rest easy, however, till they are fairly married. Then let her keep her own jewels. What do I see, fondling? As I'm alive, I've never seen Tony so sprightly before. I got you, my pretty dolls. What, Billy? Exchanging stolen glances and murmurs?
As for murmurs, mother, we grumbled about that, but to be sure, there's no blood lost between us.
A mere sprinkling upon the flame only to make it burn brighter.
Cousin Tony promises to give us more of his company at home. Indeed, it shan't leave us. It won't leave us, will it, Cousin Tony?
No, I'd sooner leave my horse in a pound than leave you when you smile upon one, so your laugh makes you so becoming.
Oh, he takes after his father like that, he does. Isn't he a sweet boy, Cousin Carl?
Agreeable, cousin. Who could help admiring that natural humor, that broad, red, thoughtless, it's a bold face.
Oh, pretty innocence! Oh.
I'm sure I've always loved Cousin Tom's pretty long fingers that she twists this way and that of the habsburg. A parcel of qualities.
Oh, you shall be married as soon as possible. And Constance, you shall have your jewels incontinently. and will put off your education for future reference like Dr. Drowsy's sermons for another day. I'm so happy.
Where's the squire? I have a letter for your worship.
Give it to Mama. She reads all my letters first.
No, I had orders to deliver to your own hands.
I wish to know who it comes from, though.
But you must ask that on the letter itself.
I'm done. I'm done. Oh, a letter from Hastings, I know the head. Not see that we are ruined forever. Let's put a little ahead. My dear aunt, I have not told you present from these hands to Mr. Marlowe just now. I'm so glad. That's this way. That's not here.
Damn crappies and penmanship as ever I saw in my life. There's such handles and shanks and dashes, one can scarce tell the head from the tail. I can read your freck hand very well on the outside, but my own name is well enough. You come to open it, it's all buzz. That's hard. Very hard. The inside of the letter is always the cream of the correspondence.
And so my son was too hard for the philosopher, was he?
Yes, madam, but you must hear how he calls him again.
He seems strangely puzzled now, methinks.
Down the up and down hand disguised in letter. M, E, and S. It might be an R or it isn't. You found me, I cannot tell.
What's that, my dear? Can I be of any assistance?
Pray, aunt, allow me. No one reads a cramped hand better than I. You know what it's from?
I can't tell except from the ginger fever.
Aye, so it is. Dear Squire, I hope that you are in health as I am at present. The gentleman of the shake back has cut the gentleman of the goose string quite a feather. The odds, odd fighting, here, it's all about constant fighting. Put it up, there's no consequence.
Of no consequence, but I tell you, miss, of all the consequence in the world, I wouldn't lose the rest of the game. Here, mother, what did you make out of this?
All right. Let me see here. Oh, mercy. How's this? Dear Squire, I am now waiting at the bottom of the garden for Miss Neville with a post-chaise and pair, but I find as yet my horses unable to make the journey. I expect you will aid us with a pair of fresh horses as promised. Dispatch is necessary, otherwise your mother, the hag, your mother, the hag, will otherwise suspect us. Yours, Hastings? The hag. Hag. Grant me patience. I run distracted. Oh, my anger! Don't say that!
I hope, madam, that you will suspend your resentment a few moments and not imprint upon me any impudence or senator sign that belongs to another.
Fine spoken, madam. You are miraculously polite and engaging. The very pink of courtesy and circumspection. You are dearest! Would you two join the jesting? Oh. But I'll defeat all your plots in a moment. Since you have a pair of fresh horses at the ready, it would be a shame to disappoint them. Instead of riding off with your love this evening, you may instead prepare to ride off with me. Your Aunt Pedigree will keep you secure, I warned it. You do, sir. Now mount your horse and guard us upon the way. Here, Thomas, Roger. Ready, my carriage? I'll show you two. I want better than you do for yourselves.
Oh, now I'm completely ruined.
That's a sure thing.
And what better to be expected from me, Hector, such a stupid fool? And after all the nonsense signs I made you!
Well, the laws misuse your own cleverness and not my stupidity that did your business. You were so nice and so busy with your shake bags, your goose greens, that you never thought you were making believe.
So, sir, I find by myself that you have shown my letter and betrayed me. Was it well done?
God, here's another. As Miss Lane betrayed you, it's her doing, not mine.
Sir, I have been highly used here among you, rendered contemptible, driven to ill manners, despised, insulted, laughed at.
Another. We should see the whole bedlam broke loose presently.
And that, sir, is the gentleman to whom we owe every obligation.
What can I say to him? A mere boy, an idiot, whose age and ignorance are but a protection?
A poor, contemptible booby that would but disgrace correction.
Oh, but with cunning and malice enough to make merry with all our embarrassment.
An insensible cub. Will take the tricks and mischief.
Oh, damn. One bites you both. One right after the other. With baskets!
Oh! Hastings! He's one of those Eastern... He's a ninja! Back! Oh, he's below resentment with his baskets! Back! Your conduct, Hastings, however, requires a gentleman's explanation. You knew of my mistake. Did you not undeceive me? The torture of my present situation... Mr. Marlowe, this isn't friendly, you know. But, sir, I have to protect...
Mr. Marlowe, we never kept on your mistake until it was too late to undeceive you.
Was it well done, sir? To hang me out for the scorn of all my acquaintance, depend upon it, sir. I shall require an explanation.
Was it well done, then, if you're upon that subject, to deliver what I entrusted to you to the care of another?
But Marlowe, Mr. Hastings!
Pardon, Dad. Your mistress was impatient, but consequent to it, you have 30 miles before morning.
I come! Great!
Marlowe!
Why did I leave you? I shall die with apprehension! Mr. Marlowe, if you could speak of your nature life for me, I'm sure you would convert your resentment into pity.
Tortured as I am, and distracted as we are in a variety of passions, I know not what I do. Madam, forgive me. George, forgive me. You know my hasty temper, and you should not exasperate it.
The torture of my present situation is my only excuse.
If you have that esteem for me that I think you have, 2 or 3 years constancy.
Miss Neville! Constance! Constance, I say!
I'm coming! Well, constancy is the word, remember? Constancy!
Marlowe? No!
Constancy.
My heart, how can I support this? We need happiness, and such happiness!
You see here, young Lumpkin, the effects of your folly, what is amusement to you is but disappointment and distress.
Because I've hit it. Your hands then, my poor Sophie. Let him meet me in the bottom of the garden. 2 hours hence. You don't find Tony Lumpkin more better natured fellow than you thought before I could keep my leave to take my best horse and bet down to the bargain. Come on, then.
I have no hopes, but we'll pass the message.
15-year-old gentleman in the house have been finding Mr. Marlowe's mistake this last half hour. Here they come now. The man must not be seen. So that's my fruitless appointment at the bottom of the garden. It's about that time.
The graceful terror which sent forth all this sublime command.
The servant was just how to treat all your advances.
And yet he may have seen something in me of a common innkeeper, too.
Your mistake, but he mistook you for an uncommon one.
I, with two fine spirits, think of anything but joy. Yes, my dear friend, this union of our families should make our personal friendship hereditary. And though my daughter's fortune is but small,
Oh, Dick, why would you talk of fortune to me? My son is blessed with all his own goods already. He wants nothing more than a good and virtuous girl to share his happiness and increase it. Now, if they like each other as you say they do.
if, man, I tell you they do like each other, my daughter could as well told me so.
Well, girls are apt to flatter themselves sometimes.
I saw him grasp her hand with the warmest bow and I said, and here he comes to put you out of your ifs, I warned him.
Come once more to ask pardon for my strange behavior. I can scarce but reflect upon my insolence without confusion.
Tut, boy, trifle. You take it too gravely. An hour of his laughing with my daughter shall set all to rights again.
Sir, I shall always be proud of her approbations.
Approbations is but a cold word, Mr. Marlowe. If I am not mistaken, you have more than approbations thereabouts, you take me.
Pray, sir, I have not that happiness.
Come, young man, I'm an old fellow, but I know what's what as well as those of you that are young. I know what has passed between you, but mark.
Sure, sir, they passed between us with the most profound respect on my side and most distant reserve on hers. Sure, you don't think my impudence has been passed upon the rest of the family.
Impudence, no, well, no, I don't say quite impudence. Now, girls do like to be played with, and rattled a little too sometimes. But she has told no tales, I assure you.
Sir, I never gave her the slightest cause.
Young gentlemen, I like modesty well enough, but this is overacting. You may be open with us. Your father and I were like you all.
May I die, sir?
I tell you, she don't dislike you.
But,
and
sir,
seeing
I
as
must-
you like her,
Sir.
I see no reason why you should not be tied as fast as the parson can tie it.
But
Your
here-
father approves the match. I admire it. Now every moment's delay will be mischief.
Why won't you hear me? By all that's just and true, I never gave Miss Hardcastle the slightest mark of my attachment, nor the most distant hint of my affection. We had but one interview, and it was modest and formal and uninteresting.
This fellow's formal modesty impudence is now barren.
Pressed her hand away, any protestation?
But as heaven, I came down in obedience to your commands. I saw the lady without emotion, and I parted without reluctance. I hope you'll exact no further proofs of my way, or will you prevent me from leaving a house in which I suffer so many mortifications. Forgive me.
I'm astonished to hear sincerity with which he parted.
And I'm astonished at the deliberate intensity of his assurance.
I dare pledge my life and honor upon his truth.
Diggory! Go on! But here comes my daughter, and I will pledge my happiness on her veracity. Kate, come here, the child. I want you to answer us sincerely and without reserve. Has Mr. Marlowe made any professions of love and affection?
Your question is quite abrupt, sir. But since you require only the sincerity, I believe he has.
You see,
Yes, and pray then, have you and my son had more than one interview?
Oh, yes, sir, several.
you see,
Did he profess any attachment?
A lasting one.
Did he talk of love?
Much, sir.
Amazing. And all this form.
Formally.
now, my old friend, I hope you are satisfied.
And one more thing, though. How did he behave?
Oh, as most of customized these, in civil days, talked of his want to match the greatness of mind, gave a short, tragedy
fortune.
And if he doesn't find what I describe, my happiness shall never have a beginning.
What an idiot am I to wait here for a fellow who probably takes delight in mortifying me. He never intended to be punctual, and I'll wait no longer! Oh, it's he! He hasn't lose my conscience. My honest friend, I now find you a man of your word. This looks like friendship.
Hi, I'm your friend. Best friend you had in the world if you knew it all. This writing by night, by the by, is cursedly tiresome. Should be worse than the basket of a stagecoach.
But where have you left your fellow travelers? Are they in safety? Are they housed?
520 miles in 2 hours and a half. No such bad driving. Rapidly, but the beast of smoke for it. I'd rather ride 40 after a fox than 10 with such vomit.
But where have you left the ladies? I die with impatience.
Well, where should I leave them? Where I found them.
This is a riddle.
Riddle me this, then. What goes round the house and round the house, but never touches the house?
I'm still astray.
That's it. I've led them astray. By jingo, there's not a pond or a slough within 5 miles of the place, but they can just take some.
I understand now. So you led them in around and assuming themselves going forward, and so you will ask them home again.
You shall hear. I first took them to spend that land with salt, mud. Of the creeks and fractions, up and down there. Introduced them to the gibbet on every tree, and there with a certain edges fell. Lodged them in Oars Pond at the bottom of the garden.
But no accident, I hope.
No, only mother's confounded friend. She makes herself 40 miles off in the south. Game of the journey. Cattle can scarce crawl, so if you own horses, be ready, and you may trundle off a cousin, and I can promise them not a soul in, but just put the ball in.
My dear friend, how can I be so grateful?
Oh, now it's dear friend? What was what? First he's all idiot and cub and run me through the guts. Damn your way of fighting, I say. We should take a dog in this part of the country and kiss and be friends, but you would run me through the guts and I would be dead and you can go to the hangman.
The rebuke is just. But I must hasten to relieve Miss Nibble. If you keep that hag employed, I promise to take care of the young one.
Never fear me. That is she's got the front already, dragging up the waist like a mermaid. God, Mama, you would be for running away by now without knowing your inch of the way. Well, I guess we should be upon a crack skull common.
I would like to know from whence it came.
It was I, sir. I was talking to myself, sir, saying that 40 miles in 2 hours and a half is no such bad timing. As being so, I sort of got a cold from being out in the night air. So maybe go in.
But if you talked to yourself, you did not answer yourself. I know I heard a second voice here, and I'm determined to find the other out.
Oh, we'll find me out for sure.
What makes you go, sir, if I tell you the truth, sir? I'll lay down my life for the truth. I'll tell you all, sir.
I tell you, I will not be detained. It is foolish to think I'll believe you. Now, let go of my passport.
Oh, my please. Oh, please, Mr. Highwayman, please. Oh, please, do us no harm. Do us me. Please. Don't hurt the, please don't harm the boy. Oh, please.
My wife. I'm Christian. But what does she want? And what does she mean?
Oh, please, Mr. Highwayman, take our money, our watches. You won't tell a soul. Oh, please don't hurt us.
I believe the woman's out of her senses. Surely, Dorothy, you remember me.
Oh, Mr. Hardcastle. Oh, but my fears have blinded me. But what would bring you out here? What brings you to follow us so far from home?
Surely, Dorothy, so far from home, when you're within 40 yards of your own door.
Oh.
This must be one of your cruel tricks to Graceland's Road.
Oh.
Don't you remember the front gate and the mulberry tree? And don't you remember the horse pond, my dear?
Oh, yes, I shall remember the horse pond. I caught my death in it. And it is to you that I owe all this, you graceless bug.
He dropped from all the pear says you spoiled me, and you would take the fruit off.
I'll spoil you, I will.
There is morality, however, in his reply. I'm going to hear about this in the morning.
My dearest Constance, why will you deliberate thus? If we delay a moment, all is lost forever. Pluck up a little resolution. We shall soon be out of the reach of a malignity.
My spirits have so come low with the agitations I have suffered that I'm unable to face any danger. 2 or 3 years will last grounds for happiness.
Such a tedious delay is worse than inconstancy. Oh, let us fly, my charmer. Let us date our happiness from this very moment. Love and content will increase what we possess beyond a monarch's revenue. Let me prevail.